Hello, welcome to another video. In this video I thought I'd just show you I've got to extend my patch cable for my internet. Bought a new TV and I've got to make a very long patch cable. So I've got my Cat 6 cable here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through with you how I do it. I've got these open-ended RJ45 plugs. These are called pull-throughs because you can see there, can't quite see on there, can you? There's holes at the end and you can pull your cable straight through, so you can make sure it's in the right order. So I'm going to be using them. I'm going to be using snips, my crimpers and my cable strippers. Now people will show you this on YouTube and the internet and all sorts, and they're using really expensive gear. All this stuff I've got here has been bought cheap, but it works, including this. This is a test rod we're using at the end to make sure that it's all working correctly. But yeah, I'm going to do it on here and let you see how I do it. I'm going to be using T568B for the connection, only because it's the most popular, and I'll be using the colour pattern on that. Okay, so I shall get started and show you how. Okay, so here's my Cat 6 cable, and the first thing to do is to put a strip on it. So I am going to strip off just a few centimetres from the end with my strippers, and then you end up with that. And there are 4 twisted cables in here. You've got blue and white, orange and white, green and white, and brown and white. This bit in the middle that you get on Cat 6, the separator and the drawstring, we don't need these, so I shall snip those off. Oh, don't know where that went, but never mind. Then what you need to do is untwist these wires. Now I find an iFixit tool like this is perfect for straightening these out, because once you untwist them they will be very curly. So I'll just untwist them all first of all. I can get hold of them. My goodness. Right, so I'll just untwist each set of cables like that. I keep them paired up, but I just get them untwisted. So untwist the green one like that, and then we've got the blue and white. So we undo them, and that's all the cables untwisted. Okay, so using your iFixit tool, you see how twisted that cable is. If I get my iFixit tool, I just do that with it a couple of times. Look how straight that is. So same again on the green, and they come out lovely and straight like that, so you can get them together. So I'll do the rest. I'll just do the others and I'll come back to you. Okay, so there you can see all my wires are now untwisted and are fairly straight. So what I need to do now is, I've got a little guide here to tell you what order to put them in. So we start off with orange and white and solid orange, put them two together, and then we want green and white, which is here, green and white, and then we want blue. We've got blue that side. Pinch them all together as you're going along, make sure they stay in the right order. So we've got blue, then we want blue and white, like that. So blue and white, green in there, brown and white, and brown. we get them all together like that. Now what I do now is I like to make a nice flat end on them, so I get my snips, go across them, bunch them together and then snip them off, and you end up with a nice neat little bunch like that. So I just check my colours again. So I've got orange and white, orange, green and white, blue, blue and white, green, brown and white and brown. Okay, so keeping them together in that order, I then get my connector and I push them into my connector, keeping them in the same order, push them through the connector so that the grey bit of the insulation goes right in. Now the good thing about these push through ones is, as you can see, the colours will come through, so you can again check it, make sure your colours are in the right order. Yeah, they're okay, they've gone through alright. So then what I do is I get my crimpers. Now some people are showing on the internet crimpers, they've got little scissors on the back and they cut it off. I think these crimpers were about £6, and the ones with the scissors on can go up to like 30 quid. For the amount of time I use them, it's just not worth paying that sort of money for them. So I'll show you what I do with these. So you pop it in there, you'll see it's shaped to take the connector. So I'll just push that in a bit further, make sure it's okay. Push the wire through, put the connector in, and then good squeeze, pull on it, absolutely solid. So now you're thinking, well, what about the wires that are sticking out? So for this, I go to the old trusty Stanley knife, and I have one of these large packs with new blades in. Put a new blade in it. I then put the clip end down, go straight across the bottom, and rub your blade across it. Boom. Just like that. Perfect end. No need for any fancy clips, anything like that. Just cuts it straight off. Yeah, and that's how you do it. That's how you put them on. I'm going to do the other end and then I'll come back where I'm testing the cable. Okay, so we're back. As you can see by all the cuttings there, I've done them. So I'm going to talk to you about this now. I've got my two ends. Two ends are done, and a big length of cable. So we need to test it now to make sure that it's working. Now this tester is made by a company called Pilex by the look of it. And I got this off, I think it was Amazon. Very cheap, only about £6. And again, people will say, oh, you know, you need to spend money on these things, but this has never let me down. It's battery operated, and basically what it does, it sends a pulse down each wire one at a time, and the pulse goes down and returns, and the lights will flash to tell you that your connections are correct. So what you do is you plug your cable into the correct socket. It's got sockets on either end of this in case you've got a smaller fitting. So you plug your cables in like that, you switch it on, and as you can see there, the lights are matching up as they go down. We've got 8 lights, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That tells me that all my cables are fitted correctly and that they are receiving a signal down each one at the same time. So that when I go plugging this in, I know it's going to work. And this is, honestly, it's invaluable because it saves you loads of time. If, for instance, the lights go out of sequence or one light doesn't flash, it means you've got a poor connection. If you get it where a light doesn't flash, just get your crimpers again and give it another squeeze. Sometimes it doesn't quite catch first time. But yeah, so that's showing that the lights are working. So that's it. That's how to do a patch cable. Not difficult. Even with cheapest tools, you can do it. Not a problem. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.